This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us at 5 tonight, everyone. Eric is off tonight. The frigid weather continues as temperatures could drop even further this weekend. So let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Hi, Susan. We also have the complicating factor that we'll see some light snow later on tonight into tomorrow. Just like last night, it's not going to amount to very much, but it's going to make the road slippery because the temperature is that cold. Salt just doesn't work on the roads. The live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville, no snow falling there, but skies are cloudy, and you can see on Doppler track there is some snow just south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. High-resolution Doppler radar shows a few flurries might be trying to creep into far southern Grant County, southern Lafayette County, south of Darlington. But for the most part, we'll see our best chances for snow later on tonight and through tomorrow morning. Low temperatures last night, below zero in Madison, but not as cold as previous nights. 3 below was our low here. Closer to La Crosse, temperatures were near 10 below zero. And east of Madison, temperatures were around zero or even a little bit above. That won't be the case the next couple of nights. High temperatures today, only around 5 degrees in Madison, below zero in Viroqua. And right now, temperatures are already starting to fall. You factor in winds, and we're seeing wind chills right now in the teens to near 20 degrees below zero. And wind chill advisories have been issued until noon tomorrow for Dane County and areas to the west for wind chills that could drop to 25 below zero. Actual temperatures will drop to around 5 below zero as light snow starts late tonight. Probably comes to an end by early tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow's high temperature at a balmy 4 degrees with wind chills to minus 15 during the day. And then the coldest of the year reaches us tomorrow night and Sunday night. I'll have more details and weather on just how cold the temperatures and wind chills will get.
All right, Gary, thank you. There is something pretty obvious in newly released data that we've been waiting a while for. Minorities in Wisconsin are not getting vaccinated against COVID as quickly as white people, but the state says it is committed to improving that. Our Amanda Quintana breaks down the information.
There are new charts on the Department of Health Services website showing who the vaccine is going to in Wisconsin. Charts on age and sex, but some especially important ones on race and ethnicity.
We have a lot of work to do in Wisconsin to achieve equitable vaccine distribution and uptake, and even more work to do to achieve equitable health outcomes beyond vaccination.
DHS is intentionally making sure vaccine gets to minority groups, those that have been most affected by the virus. Although white people make up 80% of the state, Latinos are still more likely to get COVID, black people more likely to be hospitalized, and American Indian people more likely to die of COVID. So are the vaccines getting to those groups quick enough?
It is work we are committed to doing, and this is a start.
DHS's graph looks at the proportion of people vaccinated by race, making it look like minorities aren't too far behind in receiving vaccine. 10% of the white population has been vaccinated, compared to 3% of the black community and 3% of Latinos. But when you take a look at the number of vaccines given to these groups, the disparities are actually much larger. Wisconsin has vaccinated more than 40 times as many white residents as black residents, and almost 45 times more white residents than Latino residents. We vaccinated 10 times as many white residents than all other ethnicities combined. So even though the goal is to stop more severe COVID cases, we're not vaccinating enough people who have been proven to have the most sick and deadly reactions to the virus. Gaps DHS is trying to close.
These intentional decisions include prioritizing vaccine orders. We are also directing $6 million in grant funds to support community-based organizations to do vaccine outreach and education.
That was Amanda Quintana reporting. In Dane County, similar disparities still exist. Fewer than 2,000 black people have been vaccinated compared to 58,000 white people. As more people become eligible for a vaccine, the hope is that this data will become more representative of the population. Positive COVID cases in Wisconsin are slightly increasing, but so is the number of people being vaccinated. Wisconsin reported 938 new cases of the virus today. A total of 901,333 doses of the vaccine have been administered since December, including over 33,000 in just the past day. Over 213,000, or 3.7% of people in Wisconsin, have received both doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. That is as of this afternoon. In Dane County, nearly 78,000 people have received at least one dose of the vaccine, while nearly 32,000, or 5.7%, have received both doses. Columbia County is now accepting appointments for COVID vaccines. The county is looking to finish up its Phase 1A patients and then get working on those ages 65 and up. The appointments start on Monday. They'll happen at the Health and Human Services Building in Portage. If you'd like to schedule an appointment, call the number on your screen. As more coronavirus vaccinations roll out and into the arms of eligible Americans, Dr. Anthony Fauci is putting together a timeline of when the rest of us could potentially get the shot.
If you look at the projection, I would imagine by the time we get to April, that will be what I would call, for better wording, open season. Namely, virtually everybody and anybody in any category could start to get vaccinated.
More cases of the highly contagious virus variants are being confirmed in the U.S. Health officials say the current vaccines may be slightly less effective against the variants, but they do work against them. The CDC says it's giving schools a new roadmap for how to reopen safely. The agency's new guidelines focus on 5 key strategies. They include the universal and correct usage of masks, along with physical distancing, hand washing and cleaning, and ventilation in school buildings. The guidelines also include contact tracing, isolation, and quarantining. Vaccinations and testing are only described as additional layers of COVID protection in schools. The CDC says despite the guidelines, schools are not required to reopen. The governor hopes his tax proposal is designed in a way that's a little easier for you to swallow. Governor Evers is including the option for a 0.5% sales tax increase in counties, but would leave it up to voters to approve it. Current law only allows counties to add a 0.5% increase on top of the state's 5% rate. This would add to that. It also opens the door for cities with more than 30,000 people to issue the same tax increase, but any increase would need the approval through a referendum. The governor will unveil his entire budget plan on Tuesday. A Mount Horeb man accused of killing a Navy veteran along the side of a Dane County road last year is now considered fit to stand trial. Today, a Dane County judge declared 22-year-old Riley Berg competent during a hearing. Berg was arrested last February on homicide charges in connection with the death of Nicholas Day. Berg was found not fit to stand trial in April and moved to the Mendota Mental Health Facility in Madison for treatment to regain competency. Court records suggest that Berg's father told investigators his son was being treated for schizophrenia. Berg is expected to be back in court in April. The teenager accused of killing his newborn daughter has pleaded not guilty. A Greene County judge ruled today there is enough evidence to bring 16-year-old Logan Kruckenberg Anderson to trial. He is accused of taking and killing his newborn daughter the day after she was born. Kruckenberg Anderson pleaded not guilty to the charges. He's being held on $1 million bond. He's currently being held for a psychiatric evaluation over concerns about his mental health, but is still being considered competent to stand trial. The city of Madison plans to close a homeless encampment at the end of the month. They've placed notices around McPike Park, letting homeless campers know they need to gather their belongings and find shelter elsewhere. Our Jamie Perez joins us live tonight to explain why they're doing this. Jamie?
All right, well, you can see behind me that there are still quite a few of the homeless tents still here, still quite a few setups here as well. The city tells me that most of the homeless people that were living here have actually moved out and found shelter elsewhere, so that deadline of the end of the month is really just for them to come back and pick up their belongings. They said that McPike Park was never designated as an approved area for them to stay, and that there are actually designated areas for them to go to. They also said they've received a number of complaints from people who live nearby about this camp being here. Right now, there are several groups that are making sure these homeless folks have shelter, especially right now during the extreme cold. Now, the city told me that they wanted to close the camp when it impacted the least amount of people. They said that at the peak season, about fall of last year, they had about 40 camp setups here, and now there's maybe 6 or less. So they really wanted to just do this at a time when there was not that very many people being impacted by the move.
Jamie Perez reporting live. Jamie, thank you. Tomorrow is the last day to vote in-person absentee in Madison ahead of Tuesday's election. The city clerk's office says nearly 36% of absentee ballots for Tuesday's spring primary have been returned so far. In Madison, the last day to vote in-person absentee is tomorrow, but today is the last day you can register at the polls while voting absentee. Voters will need to already be registered to vote in-person absentee on Saturday. However, voters will be able to register at the polls on Election Day on Tuesday. Lawyers for Donald Trump mounted their defense of the former president in his second Senate impeachment trial this afternoon, using just 2.5 hours of the 16 hours that were allotted by the rules. Trump's team sought to distance the former president from violent rioters, and the defense played video montages of Democratic lawmakers in an effort to argue they have also used heated political rhetoric. Trump's lawyers contend he was the victim of an impeachment witch hunt since he became president.
It is constitutional cancel culture. History will record this shameful effort as a deliberate attempt by the Democrat Party to smear, censor, and cancel not just President Trump, but the 75 million Americans who voted for him.
Now that the president's lawyers have finished their arguments, senators have begun asking questions of the House managers and Mr. Trump's lawyers. They have 4 hours to do that. A final vote could take place as early as this weekend. Well, there's more to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, one of Wisconsin's most high-profile athletes is searching for a new home. We'll tell you why. And then coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6, Sunday is Valentine's Day. How you can surprise the one you love thanks to a local flower shop. We'll have that story ahead tonight at 6. Taking a quick look at stocks on this Friday afternoon, the Dow closed up 28 points, the NASDAQ was up nearly 70, and the S&P was up 18 points. We'll be right back after a quick break.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
Shop the President's Day sale at Grand Appliance for up to $850 in extra savings on LG. The brand ranked #1 in consumer satisfaction 2 years in a row. Get outstanding deals like this 4.5 cubic foot front load washer for just $748, or this 22 cubic foot French door refrigerator for just $1248. Shop your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com for these deals and more. Grand Appliance, experts since 1930.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque, or being the only pickup on Car and Driver's 10 best list. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
During the Ram President's Day event, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $3,750 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
Tonight at 6, Governor Evers calls for increasing the sales tax in his new budget proposal, and new data from state health officials on how COVID-19 is disproportionately affecting communities of color.
Two people in Madison, within 30 seconds of him arriving, were dead.
A fatal shooting that left lingering wounds in our city.
It appears clear the shooting was not justified.
Now, after 6 years, find out why the case of Tony Robinson's death could be reopened. Monday at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Former Wisconsin Badger J.J. Watt is looking for a new home after he and the Houston Texans mutually decided to part ways. Our sports director, Zach Hanley, is here now with more on the decision and a new beginning for Watt. Zach?
Yeah, J.J. Watt kind of stole everyone's thunder today and announced the move himself, but the former Badger and the Texans are parting ways after 10 seasons together, and Watt did it all for the franchise, except he stepped foot in Houston. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time All-Pro, and not to mention what he did off the field in the community. So leaving Texas is definitely bittersweet for Watt.
I'm excited and looking forward to a new opportunity, and I've been working extremely hard. But at the same time, it is always tough to move on. And I just want you guys to know that I love you. I appreciate you.
10 years is a long time in one place, but now he needs to find a new place to call home. He could go to Pittsburgh and play with his brothers, but I'm pretty sure Packer fans would love to see him come to Green Bay. Either way, we're going to have to wait a little bit to see where JJ ends up.
We're all going to get our hopes up. Zach, thank you. A Madison plumbing company tells us they've been very busy with calls for burst pipes during these bitterly cold days. And as the weather gets even colder this weekend, officials with H.J. Pertzborn Plumbing tell us they're prepared. They have an after-hours plumber and people on call throughout the weekend if there are multiple people that are dealing with burst pipes. And they tell us there are a lot of factors that can cause a pipe to burst.
It just depends on where they're located and the wind and how cold it is and if they're being used, if you're gone for the weekend and it's just sitting, and if your heat's turned down maybe because you're not home, or there's a lot of things that it could be, but you just want to make sure you're making sure the heat's getting in there.
And she says if you're going to use a space heater to get heat to certain areas of your home, like exterior walls where pipes are, make sure that you're using the heater safely. Let's get a check on the weather now. Gary, it's hard to believe that it's going to get even colder than this, but that's the case, right?
I suppose the good news is eventually the temperature has to go up sometime, and that'll happen next week. So that's something to look forward to, but that's still a few days off. Doppler track, we have some light snow to our south across northern Illinois and southern Iowa. Eventually that area of snow will start lifting northward, and we could see a 1 to 2 inch snow accumulation tonight into tomorrow. Now, again, that's not a very big amount of snow, but with temperatures this cold. You saw the result just the other night with the snow that just really you can't get rid of because the temperatures are too cold for salt to work. So something to keep in mind. Right now, visibility is at or above 10 miles, even in northern Illinois, but they are dropping across southern Iowa, and that's where that area of snow will be that will start expanding in our direction overnight. The computer models, future track, show about an inch or two of snow accumulation, mainly through southern and southeastern Wisconsin. To the north and west, very little in the way of snow will fall from this system. But as we take a look at low temperatures last night, it's the bitter cold that will be coming in our direction. Last night we were at 3 below zero. Temperatures were in the teens below zero across northwestern Wisconsin and near 30 below zero in northern Minnesota. That's the cold air that's settling southward. Right now temperatures are just barely above zero here in Madison, but below zero through much of northwestern Wisconsin and approaching 10 below zero in northern Minnesota. You factor in the winds, and we're seeing wind chills now in the 25 to 30 below zero range through much of Minnesota. There are wind chill advisories in effect for Dane County and areas to the west until noon tomorrow. Wind chill warnings for northern Minnesota and much of North Dakota, where wind chills could hit 40 to 50 below zero, and wind chill watches for the potential for wind chill warnings that might have to be issued for tomorrow night for much of the rest of Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin, and parts of Iowa. And it's not out of the question that we could be in that warning criteria. Future track wind chills starting out around 25 below zero tomorrow morning, getting up to about maybe 37, 38 below zero by early on Sunday morning, and pretty much the same story for Monday morning as well. So again, that bears some watching. Alert days in the forecast through Monday for those temperatures will be averaging 20 to 30 degrees below normal, and again, those wind chills perhaps as cold as 30 to 40 below zero by early on Sunday and Monday mornings. Over the last 48 hours, you can see temperatures have not gotten above 10 degrees. Wind chills have hovered around 10 below zero, and they get even worse over the next 48 hours. Temperatures more between 0 and 10 below zero, and those wind chills at times dropping to 30 to 40 degrees below zero. So again, the bitterly cold air on the way, and with widespread snow cover across the Midwest, there's really nothing to temper that cold as it heads in our direction. So wind chill advisories in effect until noon for areas west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells Line. From Madison westward, it starts at 9 p.m. and runs until noon tomorrow. Look for a low temperature tonight of about 5 below zero. We'll see some light snow toward morning. Tomorrow, some light snow or flurries, and then maybe a little clearing late in the afternoon. High temperature of 4 above zero. Wind chills down to 15 below zero and about an inch or two of snow accumulation. Future track, you can see the snow moving in overnight, continuing through tomorrow morning, and then skies start to clear tomorrow night. That's when the temperatures really nosedive, and then on Sunday we could see a few more flurries. Again, about 1 to 2 inches of snow for the most part, but those wind chills starting out around 20 below zero tomorrow morning, only getting up to about 10 below zero during the day. 7 to 10 day forecast. Some flurries off and on into next week, but nothing major right now. Those temperatures slowly starting to moderate as we head toward next weekend, but it'll take until the end of next weekend before we see temperatures back up around average. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, on the Beltline, no problems there. A little bit of a slowdown around Verona Road. We've been seeing some slowdowns on East Washington Avenue through the Isthmus over toward Easttown Shopping Mall. Right now, at a 15-minute trip in either direction on the Beltline in either direction. 25 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990, 17 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 21 minutes to Sun Prairie from downtown. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
And how many days until spring? Thank you, Gary. Still ahead tonight on News 3 Now at 5. The Brewers are in Arizona for spring training. How you can join them, that's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The President's Day Weekend Mattress Marathon Blowout Sale is happening at Ashley Home Store. Don't miss our biggest mattress sale of the year with the guaranteed best deals in Wisconsin on top brands. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Menards has everything you need to update your home. Keep paint where you want it with Duck Clean Release Multi-Surface Painter's Tape. It protects edges from splatters and drips. Now, all Duck Clean Release Painter's Tape is on sale. Fill gaps and prevent air or water leaks in your newly painted room with DAP Alex Plus Caulk. It's great for both interior and exterior use. Get 2 for $3. Start saving at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Every year, thousands of Wisconsin residents make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. So please join News 3 now and support a week of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 90 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the need is now greater than ever. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org. Week of Warmth, sponsored by Viridian Homes.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford, plus a $2,000 money-back guarantee. To see how much you could save, call 1-800-949-9757. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a $2,000 money-back guarantee. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-949-9757.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
The President's Day Weekend Blowout is on now at Ashley Home Store. It's the biggest sale of the season. Doorbuster deals up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus discounts off our sale prices and pay as little as $15 a month. No interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Baseball fans will be able to watch the Brewers during the team's spring training games next month. The Brewers will be limiting attendance to 2,300 people per game to maintain social distancing at the team's training complex in Phoenix. Tickets go on sale starting next Thursday on the Brewers website. The Brewers' first home spring training game is scheduled for March 2nd. The team has not yet announced plans on allowing fans at American Family Field in Milwaukee for the regular season games. We'll keep you posted on that. It should be Mardi Gras weekend in New Orleans this weekend, but police are cracking down to prevent another jump in COVID cases. A single visitor at last year's Mardi Gras celebrations could be tied to about 50,000 coronavirus cases in Louisiana. That's according to a study released this week. Now Bourbon Street is pretty quiet.
Know that if we stay open during Mardi Gras, to expect a spike that is going to shut us down. We're going to be closed for weeks after. The economics of it don't make sense either.
The mayor of New Orleans says they have 40,000 people in the city unemployed, which is about 19% of the city's population. We'll get a final check on the weekend forecast with Gary when we come back.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
My lips get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Lip Repair. It's all-day moisture in one use and is guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
Also available in O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands.
Want to brain better? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva has clinically proven ingredients that fuel 5 indicators of brain performance: memory, focus, accuracy, learning, and concentration. Try our new gummies for 30 days and see the difference.
Let's say your car needs a new part, like an alternator. You could get just the one part at the typical auto parts store. Or for the same money at rockauto.com, get the alternator plus the belt and tensioner kit you'll need to do the repair right and have money left over to buy lunch. Since 1999, rockauto.com has provided reliably low prices, easy-to-use website, huge selection of parts, and fast shipping.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
Well, we've got some snow moving in from the south across northern Illinois into southern Wisconsin. For the most part, not reaching the ground yet, but we'll see that later on tonight. Temperatures, for the most part, are in the single digits, above zero east of Madison, but already below zero to the west, and wind chills are dropping into the teens below zero.
All right, thank you, Gary. 36 days until spring. Thank you, Erica, for emailing that to me. Thanks for watching, everybody.